Hi everybody, Mike here. I haven't done a video in a little bit, so I figured I'd do one for my new subscribers and for you guys out there. And the name of this video is going to be the 5 levels of awareness for a zombie outbreak. Now the 5 levels are civilian, local, state, federal, and global. Now each stage of awareness of an outbreak is pretty crucial. But the first and foremost one is the civilian. The civilian is the most important level of awareness because that's how everybody recognizes it's an outbreak. But how do you get to that outbreak? Well, first you have to go through Patient 0. Patient 0 is the first guy, now, or girl, whatever, doesn't really matter. And if you've ever watched a zombie movie or read a book about zombies, they never talk about that guy, girl, who is the first person to spread the disease or is the carrier and then spreads it outward. Now, Patient 0 will then infect his first people, right here, first infected, and based on geographic location, that area, whether it be middle of the desert or a city, you'll have to think about how they'll infect others during the stage of the virus. Then the first death of the infected. Now, if you're like a lot of people and you don't really like hospitals, so you're just going to stay home and just try to weather out whatever this is, you're probably going to die there. And that's probably where you'll reanimate. And once reanimation has occurred, the outbreak begins. Because once this thing has reanimated, he must break out of wherever he or she is to look for others to infect. Now, of course, based on geographic location, if you happen to live in a desert or, someplace really far away from other people, you're probably not going to be able to get a lot of people at one time. But as the time goes on, and more and more people inside of local towns and cities start noticing that these particular crimes are being committed. People are being attacked, more or less the homeless and city workers will probably be the first to become attacked and become reanimated quicker than those first infected, simply because they'll probably be attacked in greater numbers. But at what point does the civilian, the average everyday person, realize that there is a zombie problem? And let me tell you something, working in retail, I've seen some pretty oblivious people. Like, they're so entrenched in their lives that they can't possibly see what's going on around them. Like, I've actually had a person talk to me asking me about where something is, and they'll actually be standing right next to it for like 10 minutes before they decide to ask where it is. And they'll say, oh my God, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. I think if it was a zombie, it would have chewed your face off. So how long before Patient 0 to the outbreak? And an outbreak technically isn't a full-on military outbreak until somebody freaking notices. Until somebody notices that, hey, that guy has like half his face missing and he's still walking around. Like, I might want to call the cops and have them check out what the hell's going on. So how much time are we talking about here? Is it days, weeks, months? How long does this outbreak continue before we find out that it is one? Because until somebody officially says, yeah, we've got an outbreak of zombies on our hands, does anybody know anything? So I want your questions, comments, subscriptions, of course, if you haven't already subscribed. And I want you to tell me, how long do you think it would take before other people would notice an outbreak? You know, every day people pass by, we pass by other people, and you never know, that one guy that just seems to be going really slow, or that homeless guy who seems to be reaching out for you. How could we be so oblivious to what's going on that we are the civilian are the reason that zombie outbreaks become so bad? All right, that's all I got time for right now. Episode 2 coming soon.